7 feet would be probably a conservative estimate. There is one image there that shows black people getting off.
So people with dark skin getting off.
Not dark, black.
Black skin.
Really black. Yeah.
Were they tall?
Yes.
Very tall?
Yeah.
How tall? Do you know?
Well, they got out the doorway. I don't know how high that is, but
Well, what?
say 7 feet would be probably a conservative estimate.
You'll be able to hear this about what he's all about.
So the story goes that in the 1960s there was a black man in Africa who came in with abilities complementary to those of Jesus. And he was performing miracles. He was starting to get people to listen to what he had to say. And the cabal tried to kill him, and they could shoot him in the head and his skull would just regenerate and the flesh would grow back, and he was fine. And so the crazy story that I heard, and remember, I was told at the time that if I disclosed this that I would be killed, and I ended up putting it in the book anyway.
This is David Wilcox.
The story was that this guy, they finally said, okay, we're going to bring you to the United Nations and share your message with the world. Let's get you on this flight. They bring him on this flight, and instead of bringing him to the United Nations, they shot him repeatedly, and then actually had some kind of meat grinder device, and basically like a bandsaw, I guess, and sawed up his body into a whole bunch of pieces, put him in these very like radioactive shielded containers, and then had all these fighter jets dock with the plane and fly his body parts to all corners of the world, where then these containers turned them into ash. And they thought that maybe this would defeat him, like that his body somehow, the tissue was necessary. So if they destroyed all the tissue in all these places across the world, maybe they could defeat him. Well, he then regenerated in their offices and was fully fine, fully intact. But the sad part is that he said, you guys so badly do not want me to be here that I am not going to be able to do any more. You're going to get what you want, but bear in mind that in the future, many others like me will be coming, and when they do, you will not be able to stop us.
Wow. Many others like me will come. Many others. A Jesus-like figure. That's what we're talking about. That's what's coming.
Edom is in trouble. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory. Oh boy. To the Heavenly Father's only begotten Son, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rekakwadash, the honors to our apostle, Ellsbury Millstone, teach us his truth according to the Bible, who well, I'm not sure the one, not the sincere argument about the four corners of the earth, pushing his truth through diligence and sincerity and in charity, and another shalom. To all you sincere followers, believers of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, not just hearers of the word, but doers as well, you men, women, and children, hopefully elect shalom. As you can see from the video clip, right, part 2, Simi and Toko, other stories and accounts came out about the things he's done, what happened to him. And, Edom is in trouble. The Hebrew Edomite is in trouble. And, the Lord said that he's going to set up a standard. And this could very much be a preview, all right, of things to come. You had the NASA guys see what they call aliens getting off the ships, and it looked like so-called black men. Very dark, very black. All right. And those are the angels, man. Contrary to popular belief. Esau has a lot, man. He has a lot to pay for. But we're going to start with this Daniel 12. And 1, it says, and at that time Michael shall stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. Right? I just saw 777 pass me on somebody's license plate. Completion. You know, the Lord's going to have a complete amount all right, of angels help us during these times. But the Lord said here in Daniel that Michael's going to stand up. Okay? And he's going to stand for the children, all right, of thy people. As it says in the NLT, he's going to stand guard over us. Okay? It says, and there should be a time of trouble. Because you got to remember, this man's getting ready, is coming. He's not getting ready, he is coming down with great wrath. All right? Brothers have done enough shows on, you know, the wickedness, the evil, and the weaponry that Esau is coming down with. All right, you got robots, drones, disease warfare, robot dogs. I mean, the list goes on and on. And we're going to need help, man. We're going to need Yahweh Bashem Yahushai to intervene, to send forth reinforcements, backup, help. All right? It says, I know that the brothers was doing a lesson. The main camp was doing the here at NC, in the Raleigh main camp, was doing a lesson, indoor lesson, Saturday, and they was going into spiritual power. You know, the Lord's gonna give some of His men spiritual power, man. Just like you saw with Simeon Toko. Esau may blast you down and you just regenerate on some Wolverine shit. You know, that was one of Wolverine's powers. You know, he could heal himself instantly. Like he get a cut or get bruised or hurt, shot at, he would heal instantly. Okay? So Edom is in trouble, and he knows it. Reading on, it says, Daniel 12 and 1, it says, and there should be a time of trouble, Jacob's trouble, such as, which is written out in Jeremiah 30, such as never was since there was a nation, even to this time, and at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that should be found written in the book, the elect. All right, the elect. And the Lord's also going to, as it says here, no, that's not Isaiah, it is Jeremiah, I believe. It's Jeremiah 16. I'll just highlight it real quick. It says, behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord. Right? And that's what we're doing. We started with the head apostles, the elder bishop, great millstone on down. Have been fishing for almost 40 years. All right? Fishing for what? The elect. Behold, Jeremiah 16 and 16, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and they shall fish them, and after I will send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks. These different governments, man. And I remember having a vision, a dream of me and another brother popping up at this building. And Edomites was running like crazy out of the building. They was getting in cars, and the cars was just crashing them. The cars were just crashing them. And the ones that was trying to run away, they were running, they were falling. And it made me think about this scripture at the time. I never, brought out up until now, but it just made me think about it. And they were hiding. and in these holes and these rocks, that this man has different underground bunkers and things of that nature that we're going to come hunt him out at, man. We're going to go get him. When you're hunting, you're not playing around. We're going to be on a mission, and the Lord's going to activate certain men, right, to go and get it. Once again, just like the power, and Simeon Toko was not no black Jesus. All right. If this story pans out to be true, he was just an angel. All right. But let's grab one last one. What was I gonna go? It's Ezekiel 25. And 12, it says, "Thus saith the Lord power, behold, because Edom," and who is Edom? Through process elimination, it's the so-called red man today. They're calling themselves different names, Caucasian, white, okay, but they're really Hebrew Edomites. It says, "Thus saith the Lord power, because Edom have dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and have greatly offended, and revenged himself upon them. Therefore thus saith the Lord power, I also will stretch out my hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and will make it desolate from Teman, and they of the Dan shall fall by the sword, and I will lay my vengeance upon Edom." So you gotta remember, the Lord has a anger with these Edomites, man. The Lord said he will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. Amalek was an Edomite, and still is an Edomite. It says, and I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to my anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord power. And we're coming into those times, man. And there's nothing anyone can say or do about it. Okay? Judgment is coming from Edom. It's coming for Edom. Who is this that coming from Edom with dark garments from Basra? Right? Yahweh Shai is coming to bring judgment, man. He's bringing his angels. All right? And some of the elect men are going to get spiritual powers, man. And it's going to be a rap. It's going to be a show. That's all I have on that. Shalom.
Local, and they kind of set up over here. The God back. Jesus came back. If you want to believe that Jesus was here before, he came back in the form of Simeon Toko, and most people don't know about. All over Europe, they talked about the events and things that happened with Simeon Toko. Most black people over here don't even know if Simeon Toko existed, and he's the one that came back and was he was the one that helped to raise the Togolushki, which defeated the British Army. He's the one that began to supposedly, they captured him, they cut out his heart. Supposedly he comes into the room and said, "Why did you cut out my heart?" They had some British, Albanian or some mercenaries there that were from someplace, I forget. But anyway, they supposedly got him and cut him to pieces put him in a bag or something like this, came back to collect their tithes from all that they had done, and the man walks out of the bush and starts talking to them. There are too many, and the one that I think got world headlines is when they said they finally were going to kill him. They put him on a plane, took him over the Atlantic Ocean, and they're going to push him out. Said, no, you would not push me out, and the plane began to fall down like a helicopter. And these people started screaming and going crazy, and he said, if I die, you die. And so again, they finally took him.
The plane stopped in midair.
There you go. And that story was all over Europe.
And
I didn't hear.
I know it's hard for people to believe on his phone. Please, Dr. Blair, can you spell his name out for them so they can Google this man? I just got put up on him myself, and I was blown away. Okay?
Oh, yes.
He did all the miracles. He's done it. He's got
to make a movie on. In fact, blacks ought to make. Yep. Well, again, I-M-E-O Simeon. Tokie, T-O-K-I-E or T-O-K-E. I'm not really sure about that last name. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. And this is the one, as I say, they had all Europeans were going crazy about that. And what this man was able to do in this army that he raised of the little ones in Tokaliski, and they saw them in there and they went crazy because these things were coming up out of the earth. They seemed to be third or fourth dimensional. Oh, yeah. Now, that's one they should make a movie on.
Absolutely. This is the real deal.
Yeah, and